Hello everyone! In this video today we're going to be making one of these sunflower granny squares together. I actually made this pillow a couple of years ago and wrote up the pattern, and then I wanted to show you. Now that I'm selling some pillows on Etsy, I also made this larger granny square version. So this one's 18 inches and then the smaller one is 14 inches. So what my plan is I'm going to write up the pattern for this larger one, and then I'll add it in to the pattern with the smaller one. And then that way when you purchase the pattern, you'll get two separate PDFs, one for each pattern. I'll put the link for that in the description box down below, but you definitely do not have to make a pillow with these squares. You can just follow along with this video and then use them for lots of different projects. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so I'm filming this video from a different angle today, so let me know if you like this better than the top view. And also, the yarn that I'm going to be using in the video is different than the yarn that I used when I made the pillow. So I'll write up a blog post with all the different yarn details in it, and I'll also put that link down below. So to get started, you'll get started with the brown, but for this video today, I'm going to start with the pink, just because the stitches with the brown, when it's on camera, it's a little bit difficult to see. So we're going to begin with the magic circle. For that, you take 2 fingers and you're going to lay the yarn over them. Then you'll grab that yarn that's still attached to the skein and you're going to wrap it around again and place it between your 3rd and 4th finger. Then you'll insert your hook underneath that yarn that's on the right, and we'll pull that yarn on the left through. Then on the top of your hand, it currently kind of looks like an X, so you'll insert your hook underneath the yarn that's on the left side of that X, and then we're going to pull it through the loop. So that's a magic circle. If you want to, you could instead begin with a chain 4 and then slip stitch into the first chain and use that to create the ring at the beginning. So we already have 1 chain in our hook. We're going to chain 1 more, and then that chain 2 is going to count as our first half double crochet stitch. And now we're going to work 11 half double crochet into the magic circle. So for a half double crochet, you'll yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. You're going to have 3 loops on your hook, so you yarn over, pull through all 3. So that's our first half double crochet. I'll do that again. So for a half double crochet, you yarn over, insert your hook inside the magic circle, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, so then you yarn over, pull through all 3. I'll do that one more time. So for a half double crochet, you'll yarn over, insert your hook inside the magic circle, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 3 loops, so you yarn over, pull through all 3. So far we have 4 stitches. We have the chain 2 and then 3 half double crochet. We're going to need a total of 12 for this round. And then also for this video today, I'm using US crochet terms. If you prefer UK terms, you would call this stitch a half treble. I'll put in the description box down below a way you can convert between the two. Alright, so I'm at the end of round 1. We have a total of 12 stitches, so it's the chain 2 and then 11 half double crochet. So you can go ahead and pull on the tail of the magic circle to close it. And then we're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 2. So for a slip stitch, you'll just yarn over, pull through, and then pull through that first loop. So that's round 1. For round 2, we're going to begin with a chain 2. That will count as our first half double crochet, and then into the top of that chain 2 from the previous round, we're going to work another half double crochet. So you'll yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, so then you yarn over, pull through all 3. So for this round, we're going to work 2 half double crochet into each stitch from the previous round, but it's going to be back loop only. So So when you insert your hook, normally you have both a front and a back loop. Let me try to see if I can separate them here so you can see it better. So there's normally 2 loops on your hook. There's both a front loop, which is the one that's closer to you, and then the back loop, which is the one that's farther away from you. Since we're working back loop only, you'll only insert it into that back loop. So into the next stitch, we'll yarn over, and then you're just gonna insert it underneath the back loop. So you'll only have that 1 loop on your hook. Yarn over, pull through. You'll have 3 loops, so you yarn over, pull through all 3. So you can see that front loop just remains in the front there, and then we're working into that back loop. So we'll work another half double crochet into that back loop only. And then we're just going to continue this pattern for this round. So into each stitch, you'll yarn over, insert your hook underneath the back loop, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, so then you yarn over, pull through all 3. So you can go ahead and continue this around, and then I'll meet you at the end. All right, so I'm at the end around 2 here. Also, the reason why we're working back loop only is just because it helps create that like texture in the center of the sunflower. So now we can go ahead, we're just gonna find the chain 2 and we'll slip stitch into the top of it. Now for round 3, we'll begin with the chain 2 again. And then into the top of the chain 2 from the previous round, we'll work another half double crochet. Then the rest of the stitches for this round are going to be back loop only. So in the next stitch, it's going to be 1 back loop only half double crochet. So you'll yarn over, insert your hook underneath the back loop, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 3 loops, so yarn over, pull through all 3. Then for this round, they're all going to be back loop only, and we're going to alternate between 2 half double crochet and 1 half double crochet. So in the next stitch, it'll be 2 back loop only half double crochet. And the next stitch, 1 back loop only half double crochet. And then we'll just continue this around, so in the next stitch it'll be 2. Then 1 in the next stitch. So you'll go ahead and just continue this around, and then I'll meet you at the end. Alright, so I'm at the end around 3 here, so we'll just go ahead and slip stitch into the top of the chain 2. And then we can fasten off. And then now we'll go ahead and start using the yellow. Just want to find any stitch from the previous round, and you'll insert your hook into it. So it's going to be both the front loop and the back loop this time, so we won't be working back loop only anymore. And then we'll grab the yellow and pull it through. Then we'll begin with the chain 1. That's not going to count as a stitch, so into that same stitch we're going to work a single crochet. For a single crochet, you'll insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 2 loops on your hook, so then you yarn over, pull through 2. Into that same stitch we're going to work a double crochet. For a double crochet, you'll yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 3 loops on your hook just like with a half double crochet, but you're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we'll go ahead and we'll do that again in a second, but in the next stitch it's going to be 2 trebles. For a treble, you wrap the yarn around your hook once, twice, then you'll insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 4 loops, so it's going to be yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we're going to need 2 trebles into that stitch. So again, it'll be, you'll wrap the yarn around your hook once, twice, insert your hook into that same stitch, then yarn over, pull through. You're going to have 4 loops, so it'll be yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So it seems like we have a lot of different stitches for this round. In that first stitch we have a single, then a double. And the next one we have 2 trebles. Then in this next stitch is going to be a double, then a single, so it's like the reverse of what we had at the beginning. So for a double, you'll yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 3 loops, so you yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Into that same stitch will work a single, so you'll insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. You're gonna have 2 loops, so you yarn over, pull through 2. So that's like one of the petals of the flower. So we're gonna go ahead and just repeat that process around. So once again, that next stitch, it'll be a single, then a double. So for a single, you'll insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 2 loops, so you yarn over, pull through 2. Then for the double, we'll yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 3 loops, so you yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Then into that next stitch is going to be 2 trebles, so that's where you wrap the yarn around your hook 2 times, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 4 loops, so you yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, another treble, so wrap the yarn around your hook twice, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and then we pull through 2 3 times. So into that stitch we have 2 trebles, and the next stitch it's a double, so yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. Then it'll be yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then a single into that stitch. So you'll yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's the process for all the petals of the flower. It's always in the first stitch, it's a single, double, and the next stitch it's 2 trebles, and then in the next stitch it's a double and a single. So you can go ahead and continue that around. It might be helpful to either have the written pattern, or you also can go back in the video if you need to, and then I'll meet you at the end of the round. Alright, so I'm at the end of round 4 here. You'll have a total of 12 petals. So we're going to find the first single crochet stitch, so it won't be that chain 1 from the beginning of the round, it's going to be the first single crochet, and then we'll work a slip stitch. Then we can go ahead and fasten off. And then to make this look a little bit nicer while I film the rest of the video, I'm going to go ahead and pause for a second and just weave in the ends, and then afterwards we'll turn it into a granny square. Alright, so now we're going to find a single crochet stitch that's at the beginning of one of the petals, and what that means is it's just a single crochet that has a double crochet after it. Go ahead and insert your hook, and then we'll grab the cream, and pull the yarn through. Then we'll chain 5. Then you're going to want to find for the next petal that single crochet that's at the beginning of it. And we're going to work a slip stitch. So you'll yarn over, pull through. You'll have 2 loops on your hook, so you'll pull through that first one. And then we're going to chain 4. Then you'll find that next petal, the single crochet at the beginning of it, to insert your hook. And work a slip stitch. And then chain 4. And then this round, what this does is it ends up making the granny square 3D. So you'll just continue around, so you'll find the next stitch, that single crochet at the beginning of it, and work a slip stitch. And then chain 4. So you can go ahead and continue that around, and then I'll meet you at the end. Alright, so I'm at the end of the round here, and then I just chained 4. And remember, we began with a chain 5, so you'll find that first chain of the chain 5, and then we'll work a slip stitch into it. Then we'll go ahead and we can pull all the petals through these chain spaces. So in that way all the chains should be behind them. Alright, so now we're moving on to round 6. For this round, we're only going to work into those chain 4 spaces from the previous round. So we're going to begin by chaining 1, and that's not going to count as a stitch, and then we're going to work 4 single crochet into the next chain 4 space. So you'll just insert your hook into that chain 4 space, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 2 loops, so yarn over, pull through 2. So we'll need a total of 4 single crochet. So we have 4 single crochet into that first chain 4 space, and we're just going to continue this around. So now into the next chain 4 space, we'll work 4 single crochet. So you can go ahead and just continue that around. Into each of those chain 4 spaces, you'll work 4 single crochet. Alright, so I'm at the end of round 6 here, so we'll find the first single crochet from this round. So it won't be the chain 1, but the first single crochet, and work a slip stitch. And now for this next round, which is round 7, we're going to be turning it into a granny square. So we're going to have a lot of different types of stitches. We're going to begin with the chain 2, and that will count as our first half double crochet. Into the next stitch, we'll work a half double crochet. You'll yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, so yarn over, pull through all 3. And in the next stitch, we're going to work a double crochet. So you'll yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 3 loops, so yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So far we have a chain 2, a half, and a double. Into that next stitch, it's going to be a double, chain 3, and then into that same stitch, we're going to work another double crochet. So that's part of the first side of the square. This part right here with the chain is going to become one of the corners of the square. So now we're going to work the next side of the square. will begin. So it's going to be a double crochet, then 3 half double crochet, which is 1 half double crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. So far for this side we have a double, 3 half double crochet, then it's going to be 3 single crochet, and 3 half double crochet, in the next stitch it'll be a double, and in the next stitch it'll be double, chain 3, and then into that same stitch we're going to work another double crochet. So that forms one of the sides of the granny square. I'm going to go ahead and do that one more time. So into that next stitch it's a double crochet, three half double crochet, three single crochet, three half double crochet, double crochet into the next stitch, and then the next stitch is going to be the corner, so it's a double crochet, chain 3, and then double crochet into that same stitch. So that's the pattern for one of the sides. It's a double, 3 half double, 3 single, 3 half double, double, and then a double, chain 3, double, all into the same stitch. So far we have 2 sides. You can go ahead and repeat that one more time to create the third side, and then I'll meet you back here and we'll finish off that first side because we've already have part of it from the beginning of the round. Alright, so I just worked the last corner, which is that double, chain 3, double. So now into the next stitch it'll be a double crochet, 3 half double crochet, three single crochet, then a half double crochet, and then we can go ahead and slip stitch into the top of the chain 2, and then we'll fasten off. Now for the last 2 rounds of the granny square, they're going to have a lot less stitches in them. They're all just going to be single crochet stitches, so it'll be a lot easier to keep track of. So go ahead and grab the cream, and then you'll just want to find any chain 3 space of the square, and we'll pull that pink yarn through, and tie a knot. So then you'll insert your hook into that chain 3 space, and then we'll pull the yarn through and chain 1. That's not going to count as a stitch. And then into that chain 3 space we'll work a single crochet, chain 2, and then another single crochet, then into each stitch along the next side of the square we're just going to single crochet. Alright, so I've worked a single crochet into each stitch along the side, and so then into that chain 3 space it's a single crochet, chain 2, and then another single crochet. So that's going to be the pattern for this round. Along the sides it'll just be a single crochet into each stitch, and then when you reach those chain 3 spaces it'll be a single crochet, chain 2, and then another single crochet. So you can go ahead and continue that around. Alright, so I'm at the end of round 8 here, and so we can go ahead, we're gonna slip stitch into the first single crochet. So once again, that chain 1 at the beginning of the round does not count as a stitch, so you want to slip stitch into the first single crochet, and then we can fasten off. For the last round, we're just going to repeat that round that we just did with the pink with the cream. So once again, you'll just find any of the chain 2 spaces, and we'll take that cream yarn and pull it through. And we'll tie a knot. And then into that chain 2 space, we'll pull that cream yarn through and chain 1. Then it's a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and then the pattern is just like it is for the previous round. So along the sides you'll just single crochet into each stitch, and into those chain 2 spaces it'll be a single crochet, chain 2, and then a single crochet. Alright, so I'm at the end of the round here, so now we'll slip stitch into that first single crochet, and then we can fasten off. And then if you have a tapestry needle, you can just go ahead and weave in the ends. So it's kind of interesting to see the square now with the pink center. I always love seeing pictures if you make anything while watching my videos, because it's fun to see all the different color combinations and also the projects that you end up using the squares for. So thanks for watching this video. I would really appreciate if you would consider subscribing to my channel. It's completely free. It just helps my videos pop up more in search engine results. So I hope you enjoy the pattern, and don't forget I'll put the links for both the PDF of the pattern and the blog post in the description box down below.